My name is Rhapsody. I'm back from Japan. It was lovely, thank you for asking. And it's time to learn Dually on the new patch. That's right, the new patch. A special thanks to those of you who were patient with me and understood that I was in another country and could not film Anyway, let's go into Dually's workshop. Finally learned this character. Dually's workshop, starting items. We have 3 of them here. Each of them is a core. The first is the companion core. Every 6 seconds, haste your other friends for a second. When you use another friend, charge this for a second. Ooh. There's also the core. The definitive article. 6 seconds, deal 10 damage. Charge all items to the right of this by a second. Charging them, not hasting them. So not speeding up their resolution, but just immediately giving them a second's worth of charge. And when you use an item to the left of this, charge this item 1 second. I like the engine building kind of feeling of what's going on here. And then ignition core. Every 6 seconds, burn for 6. Then burn items to the right of this, gain 1 burn for the fight. When you use an item to the left of this, charge for a second. Well, let's take the companion core first, because it reminds me of the companion cube from Portal, and that is back released in the period of time when I was still a Valve fanboy. Quixel sells small and medium items. There's also Pip and an obstacle course for a free slow item, sorry. Let's go to Quixel. Security camera is medium. Every 8 seconds, it will shield us for 20, and our shield items passively have 20% extra crit chance. There's also a welding helmet. Every 3 seconds, shield 6 and burn 1. That would have been great with a burn core. And a power sander. Adjacent weapons gain +3 damage for the fight, and adjacent shield items gain +3 shield for the fight every 4 seconds. Small tool. I'm gonna re-roll here. I'm really hoping to see a friend. Speaking of, Micro Dave is here. We'll get to that in just a second. We've seen the battery before, but as it's a tool for Dually, I'm gonna mention each of the new things that we encounter here, so that we can get familiar with Dually. Small battery every 4 seconds. Charge the item to the left of this for a single second. Has 4 charges itself of ammo. Omega Ray. Every 6 seconds, burn for 2. When you use the core or another ray, your burn items gain 1 burn for the fight. And then finally, Micro Dave, the medium friend. Every 6 seconds, burn for 3. When you use a small item, charge this for a second. So this and a bunch of small friends? That sounds like a build.
So I can buy things. Huge things.
Banana Ball. You do not have any friends for me, neither do you, Viper. However, Pyro does have Cinders, which would give me the ability to increase the burn of Dave. So I think I'll head there. Okay, the companion core doesn't care about placement of other things. It just says, haste your other friends, and when you use another friend. So I don't need to worry about which goes left, which goes right. Yet. I should keep an eye on Micro Dave there. Every 6 seconds, burn for 3. I mean, it's not a great rate. I'm not going to fool you into thinking it's a great rate. We definitely will need something else on the field pretty quickly. And by all rights, I really would like it to be a small friend. There's Cinders. Don't need to do anything about that just yet. JJ, do I really believe you're immediately going to give me a friend? Candy Stash for only 30 HP from the bronze bars. There's also Strange Mushroom here. You encounter a Strange Mushroom in the Green Heart. I imagine Micro Dave isn't like a unique result there or anything like that. Although I know that when you play Pygmalion and you have a bushel, you can put the Strange Mushroom in the bushel and upgrade the bushel. Obviously, if you have a number of different items as Vanessa, you can work at the docks as a navigator and get 6 gold and 2 experience. I wonder if there's any unique interactions specifically for Dually items and events. Micro Dave feeds some people, maybe? Looks like he's making a Raspberry cheesecake. Ooh. Delightful. I suspect we should probably go to the strange mushroom and either we get a skill or an experience. I think I'm definitely losing the first fight. This is nothing. There's barely anything going on this board. They're both synergy pieces that are in lack of other synergy pieces yet. I'm gonna take the money. Give me 3. I'll settle for 3. You give me 2, I'm gonna be furious about it. Can't tell you. Lost Crate. Midsworth sells small and large items. I'm gonna go for the Lost Crate. It is so good, so early. 2 gold and 1 experience. And then I know I'm gonna be losing this fight, so there's no real reason for me to try and field the cinders here. Which is to say, sell the cinders. Of course, if I'd known I was gonna go to another experience event, maybe I would have taken the level there. Yeah, Cutlass with multicast, double crit damage. Wait, was this? Oh, cool. Cutlasses are supposed to have multicast. They do now. Yeah, the burn even burns entirely out before I get another one down on the enemy. This is nothing yet. I need some small friends. And a trench coat, and I got big plans about getting into the R-rated film. Core cooldown reduced by 5%. Titan Protocol, 50. Your tools have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. Get 2 extracts, which are plus poison, or your leftmost item gets plus 3 value. So I've versed Dooley before. Why is that relevant? Well, I know that a particularly hard strike in the last patch came against the pufferfish, who had text that says, when you haste, poison. The same text exists on a character called Monitor Lizard for Dooley, but that didn't get changed. And this companion core says haste all of your friends. I'm gonna take on spec those extracts. Tinker sells friend items? Well, that's exactly where I want to be. Even though the Lost Crate is there, I need friends. Please. Chem Snail. When you slow, charge this by 3 seconds. Slow twice, and this will immediately activate. I haven't seen a huge amount of slow support yet. Charcoal, when you use another friend, this gains 1 burn for the fight. I mean, I could certainly make some sort of a burn build going on. Oy. Well, I'll tell you this much. I don't think that Chem Snail is really where I want to go with this. Like, oh, sorry. Charcoal, every 8 seconds, burn 1, use another friend, this gains 1 burn for the fight. Water Cooler, every 10 seconds, permanently gain 5 max health. When you use an adjacent friend, charge this for a second. And Chem Snail, when you slow, charge this for 3 seconds. I'm going to take Water Cooler and Charcoal, literally just to field a board that's worth a damn, but I still don't think it's good. So the only adjacency I really need to care about is Water Cooler should be between other friends. Hang on. The companion core itself is a friend. Okie dokie. Which means that Water Cooler should go between the companion core and Micro Dave. Micro Dave is going to get charged from small item usage, so its cooldown is less than 6. I'm gonna say it's like 5.2 or something like that, just as an estimate. And Companion Core is obviously going to be less than 6, as every time you use another friend, you charge it for a single second. So yeah, that's definitely the 2 fastest unit Walter could be between. I could sell the Cinders for Micro Dave. And you know what? I'm not going to do it yet, but I probably will. Do I want to hold the Chem Snail on spec? So the idea here would be trying to figure out whether or not I'm likely to put additional slow into this build. I'm just very quickly gonna search slow for Dooley, as I'm becoming much more familiar with his kit. You do have a decent support for slow. However, there's not very decent support for slow/friend. Chem Snail and an item called Hamlet, which is a friend that charges when you slow. So even that's not a slow activator. I need to find a different core to actually set up my slow in order to utilize Chem Snail to its full potential. That's not gonna be happening. One does not think. Alright, now it's crit skills, Keener cells, non-weapon items, which I'm happy to take a look at. Really, a microscopic day for me. We'll double the amount of burn it puts out, which is relatively important. There's also First Aid. Every 3 seconds, haste an item for 1 second, and heal 10. So First Aid also had the text stripped from him of when you haste, heal. So this is just a, it's a quick, small friend. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I will want it on the board, but probably not yet. Water Cooler seems like a really good idea for giving me some little additional max HP boosts here. Somehow I don't think Boreer is fair now yet. And also, like, this build is not good. I'm gonna go against the Giant Mosquito. If I get the skill that hastes a weapon, I hope I'll find someone who is both a friend and a weapon. Insect Wing, though, reduces your leftmost item's cooldown by 6%. That's pretty relevant. Also, this fight will probably last for the longer period of time, giving me the larger opportunity to pick up some charges off of Walter. Oh, one last charge went off. Glad to see it. Slow support in that build. Okay, never mind. We got the Insect Wing. And he sells small items. Look for spare change. Or abandoned ruins in the jungle. So this is income for Pygmalion, and it's a small item for Vanessa. Did I go there to figure out what duel he gets? I could just grab experience if I'm not thrilled by the outcome. And how could I be? There is no dually specific option, and I don't want 25 max HP. That's what Walter Cooler is for. Take the experience there. Medium items, a small friend. Hello. And Fortis with shield skills. I'll take a small friend. And that small friend is Copper Red. Every 6 seconds, they poison for 1, and then you gain 5 shield. It's fine. 2 more friends to put out on the field. That's all I've ever wanted. 2 more friends. It's probably worth selling Cinders at this point. Considering everything else is a small item, so Micro Dave is probably having a pretty good time. 75 max HP per level. Your friends have their cooldowns reduced by 3% across the board. That sounds great. Or upgrade the core. Let's very quickly check what the core would do with an upgrade here. We have the companion core. Okay, so the upgrade line here is just haste your other friends for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I mean, upgrading that is important, but it's a haste. It's a haste upgrade? I could achieve the same thing by selling rocket boots. I think the 3% cooldown across the board is probably a much better pick for us. How badly do I want to decrease the companion core? Because it'll always be on this field. And I do feel like there is a possibility that I could actually start winning some fights here. Okay, Walter Cooler is going between the Companion Core and First Aiden. First Aiden activates every 2.9 seconds. Difficult to beat that on our board. And the Companion Core activates at least once every 4 something seconds, which makes it my second fastest. Because Micro Dave only does it off of small items, as in charges off of small items, whereas the Companion Core charges off of all of the friends, which is all the small items and Dave. I don't expect that poison on Copper Red will make a difference here, and I do expect that it will make a huge difference when I find a tasty little friend, the Monitor Lizard. Oh, I see, the dock lines to start slowing me down, eh? Now, Dave. Thankfully, it's kind of difficult to slow this board. It's really going off. Okay, I actually feel like I'm quite powerful right now. That's a silver cannon. Alia sells weapons, Fortis sells shield skills. If I'm honest, I'm not particularly pleased with any of this. I take 3 regen. Yikes. Yeah. And then Tinker, who sells friend items. Sounds like a great idea. Bomb Squad. When you use an adjacent friend, charge this 2 seconds. Ah. It's exactly the kind of thing we want on this board. Brick Buddy. Every 5 seconds, shield 20. If you use an adjacent friend, this gains 10 shield for the fight. Shielding is good.
He's fighting for all of us.
Use an adjacent friend, charge this. Something like that, maybe? There's also the Armadillo. Every 6 seconds, deal 20 damage. When you shield, charge this for 2 seconds. Neat. Fielding Brick Buddy would be nice, but I feel like I basically have to choose between Micro Dave and Brick Buddy. But shield is really nice. Extends the fight a lot for us. Gives us the time for the burn to really pay off. We have some burn scaling out of Char. Every time we use a friend, it gains burn for the fight. I'm gonna pick up Brick Buddy, and if I can upgrade that, or something else useful, I'll probably start using it. Dabbling. Is there any reason for me to be particularly concerned about what's happening here? Dabbling Apprentice has experience in Vials of Blood. It's probably about the only one there that matters to us. A Junkyard Repair Bot and a med kit that could possibly upgrade the healing of First Aiden. Those are available at the Rogue Scrapper. The Scout Trooper has slowing items, but none of those really seem like they would help. I'm gonna go to the Rogue Scrapper. 2 of the items on their board would be really good. We're not especially far off a perma-haste. Little bit of an upgrade to that companion core and we're on our way. Scrap. When you sell this, your leftmost shield item gets plus 12 shields. I'm sure there's something that makes that relevant. Lost Crate. You find an abandoned chest. Thank you. I will even turn down Pole for that, taking 2 gold and 1 experience. Oh, your friends have their cooldown reduced. Again. Brick Buddy. I can definitely put the Brick Buddy on the field now. Micro Dave doesn't need... Oh, Micro Dave doesn't need to be adjacent to anything. He can just be off chilling in the corner. When you use a small item, charge this 1 second. Excellent, excellent. So that just means Water Cooler needs to be between some of the... When using adjacent friend, when using adjacent friend. Yeah, okay. So... That's what I'm looking for? I believe. One experience, 100 HP. Oh, no, the friend's cooldown, of course. Sells medium items. We're on day 3. It's not impossible I could pick up a Micro Dave again.
Nothing tiny,
Ooh.
huge. All about moderation.
Ice 9000. Every 8 seconds, poison for 3, and then freeze an item for a second. When you freeze, this gains 1 poison for the fight. Power Drill, when you haste, slow, freeze, poison, or burn, charge this for a second. Cool. I'll upgrade my Brick Buddy because I do feel like I'm probably going to feel that for a while. I'm going to take a reroll. There's the Monitor Lizard.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
And this says when you haste, poison 1. But immediately going to give that 2 more poison. Do I need both burn and poison on the same field? No, but I do want my friends to activate as commonly as possible to charge up the companion cube, as also to be targets for haste. So I suspect I don't change that. There's also a pulse rifle. Every 4 seconds deal 10 damage. It has +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a friend, and double that if it's adjacent to your only friend. Aha. Coriara. Can you stand up to the might of this build? We've hit a lot of stuff early. I really feel like we're probably above curve. I really, truly feel like we're significantly above curve. They've got a solar farm. When you burn, charge this for 2 seconds. They've also got an ignition core, an omega ray, and a fiery cutlass. So they've got a reasonable amount of... Oh, they've got 2 other rays as well, beta ray and gamma ray. Yep, never mind. That was a lot of burn damage very quickly. Middle sells medium items. There's a fair few hits in there. Brick Buddy, Monitor Lizard. I don't think I'd take Dave at this point, though.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Harmony Low is back. There's also the Tesla Coil. Every 5 seconds, deal 10 damage. When you use an adjacent item, charge this for 3 seconds. And then Cybersecurity. Deals 20 damage for each weapon you have, and it deals double damage if it's your only friend. So that and a Pulse Rifle seems like it'd be a good time. Race Call. When you haste, charge this 2 seconds. Uh-huh.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
Okay, because poison is definitely going to be how I continue to live, I'm going to take Charcoal and Walter Cooler off the field. I always figured Walter was probably leaving quickly. And then I'm going to pop Race Carl, who should activate the most commonly on this field, as when Companion Core gives out 5 stacks of haste to the board, this immediately activates and also gets towards its next activation afterwards, and in doing so, gives another charge back to the Companion Cube. Dave is definitely not long for this world. Dave needs to go. Grandmaster teaches skills with high chance of upgrade. Oh, you can upgrade my blank slot into another blank slot. Block Party to get a friend, but there's also Zara selling haste and charge skills. I do like haste and charge skills, and I do have some money in my inventory.
Actually, I'm human. The third eye? Long story.
Electrified Hull. The first 5 times you shield each fight, charge an item for a second. There's also Lefty Lucy. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for a second. Captain's Charge. First time use large item each fight. Adjacent items. Haste for 4 seconds. And Quick Freeze. Let's get rid of Dave. Let's use our scrap. Let's get rid of Copper Ed. And Walter Cooler. I'll hold Charcoal because that could end up being relevant. Lefty Lucy. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for 1 second. So when I use the race call, haste an item, and when you haste, charge this for 2 seconds. So race call's cooldown after the first activation is 6 seconds. It immediately discounts 2 seconds off of itself. I suspect it will probably be the biggest beneficiary of it. No, maybe it's First Aiden who has just a haste trigger.
A mile is just a measurement, and all measurements are imaginary.
Okay, let's do the annoying thing. Over the course of 8 seconds from the start of the battle, which of you activates the most? So, First Aiden will activate, hasting an item and charging the companion core. So the companion's cooldown is 4.3 at that point. Nothing else is going to activate before the companion core at that point. So it's Aiden and then companion core. Companion core gives out 1 second of charge to each of these in terms of haste, which will immediately activate Carl. Carl also gets additional activation by that time from First Aiden, at least once, if not twice. Okay, yeah, I think Carl is our most common actual trigger on board. Brick Buddy should definitely be next to First Aiden at this point. Use your leftmost item, yep, okay. Monitor Lizard's ability is also to haste an item. Okay, well. Let's have a quick look at this. Boiler Room Brawler does have a really, really good skill we could pick up here. Time to Tinker, which is when you haste, shield 10. Wild. Lovely. They also have a energy potion. It looks like they've been robbed of their wrench and hammer. They still have an energy potion though. 1 ammo every 4 seconds. Haste your items for 4 seconds. Not bad, but I'd have to get additional ammo to really want to use it. Because I'm above curve, I'm pretty likely to just want to go straight for Mr. Ganjo here, the Deadly Crooner. Retiree does have when you heal, your shield items gain 3 shield for the fight, but I really don't think that's that relevant to us at all. Yeah. Let's go to the Deadly Crooner. Well, now we have a secondary question. If Race Carl is the highest activating on the field, then surely Brick Buddy wants to be adjacent to that and First Aiden. And then Bomb Squad can be between First Aiden and the Companion Core. I think this is the most efficient, but I'm not certain. There's just so many different permutations of this. Okay, yeah, it looks like Carl's pretty mad. We stack poison. We stack a lot of poison. Medkit plus 15 healing on First Aiden triggers. Nothing wrong with that. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. If I'm honest, the longer I survive in a fight, the better. I'll upgrade Brick Buddy. It's now giving us 30 additional shielding when we use an adjacent friend. I'll also give First Aiden the ability to heal us for 15 more. Kina still sells non-weapon items. I think I'm ahead of the game, so I'm actually just going to go for golden experience here. Tox Clocks sells haste and slow and cooldown items. Yes, please.
I was expecting you 0.5 seconds ago.
Well, Monitor Lizard is here to upgrade our haste and poison by 1 point. Power drill triggers off of haste as well. Weapon and tool. It's also plasma grenade. Every 8 seconds, burn both players for 10, and slow enemy items for 2 seconds. I'll hold from that one, thank you. Part of the reason it's okay to take charcoal off of the board now is because our damage really is scaling exclusively through poison. Everything else is basically an activator to either keep us alive, Brick Body, and to some extent First Aiden, or just to speed up the companion core, hasting everything for the sake of the Monitor Lizard.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Ooh, they've got Hot Shot. When you use your leftmost item, burn 2. Oh, and there's the changed Trebuchet. When you use a weapon or haste, charge this for a second. So the Trebuchet is no longer about hasting the rest of your board off of burn triggers. It's now about the Trebuchet.
How about? I've got another salvo with me.
It was always a little strange that the Trebuchet was the least, like, actually using a siege weapon was the least interesting thing about the Trebuchet. JJ sells items. There's a lost crate, which I'm going to hit up that lost crate again. Curio. Well, consider me curios. Sells bronze tier junk items.
You need. Just a matter of finding it.
First off, obviously we're taking extract for the bonus poison.
Now that's a bargain.
1 gold to give 1 damage to 1 weapon. No, thank you. 1 crit chance to all of them, though.
Reuse everything.
I can see that. Clockwork Blades. When you sell this, reduce your items cooldowns by 1%. It's also a
Been sitting there 20 years.
Eagle Talisman, which I'll take for 5% crit. Junkyard Club. When you sell this... Oh! Oh! Oh, we got it! That's what I wanted, baby! We found the rocket wings. Yep, okay. I'm good to sell the Clockwork Blades. And the agility boots. And then I probably want the crit on my shielding. Rocket boots. When you sell this, your leftmost haste item gets +1 haste.
Part to clean up the bazaar.
I'm going to give that to the Companion Core, which basically upgrades it to a silver tier Companion Core. In fact, it's even better than doing that because I can still upgrade this to a silver tier Companion Core. Silver Extract. Insect Wing.
Circuits to see that find home.
Train Spider for a little bit more haste there. I'm going to sell the Insect Wing for Race Carl, who I really think is probably going to stay on this board. For damage, when you sell this, your leftmost slow item, of which I have none. Gets additional slow, that's fine by me. Gorgonabelle. Gorgonable. Who I imagine will be our target here. Especially considering they have Trained Spider, which could give me an additional 2 poison on my guy. Alright, get him, buddy.
You'd make a lovely statue.
Okay, so we're not exactly in perma-haste territory, but we're pretty close.
A Gorgon always.
Our shielding is working out really well. Obviously, this enemy isn't fighting our shield, though. Paralytic Poison the first time you poison each fight. Freeze an item for 3 seconds. No problem with that whatsoever. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Your tools have their cooldown reduced. Get some scrap for plus shield on items. 150 max HP. Nothing to turn your nose up at. Rayskull would get additional damage with upgrades. Monitor Lizard gets additional haste and additional poison. I'm gonna upgrade the Monitor Lizard. Especially just because I know that I'm keeping that on board. Also, to a similar effect, I'm gonna pay 10 gold for 150 max HP. Work at the docks to earn more coin. I do want a haste item. Haste items can be pretty good. It's not going to be Monitor Lizard, but it could be Rayskull. It could even be First Aiden. But going to the docks, yeah, I need some money. Need a little bit of a cash infusion here. A weapon, a tool, or a shield? Give me a tool. Pendulum. Adjacent items have plus 10% crit chance, and when you crit, haste an item for a second. That one's not getting fielded. Alright, Soapy Toes. They've won one more match than I have. But I'm pretty decidedly on the upswing here. Aha, another Ray build. They've also got Brick Body and Monitor Lizard, so... unfortunately, their damage primarily is going to happen under my shield. But thankfully it looks like, although they stack poison higher than I do and faster than I do, my healing seems to have been the difference for us. Pole sells large items, a regenerative tincture for 6 regen, or shield skills from Fortis. I'm going to take the free regeneration. I don't imagine going to Fortis is going to be incredible. There are things I could hit that would be good. The word I used was incredible, though. Battlefield, jewels, middle. How likely am I to see a gold? And then if I saw it, how likely am I to be able to afford it? Not especially. I'm going to go to middle anyway. Very much hoping for a Rayskull. Power drill, pulse rifle, security camera. We've seen them all this run already. That's no Rayskull, and I pretty much deserved what I got there. DJ Robot. Every 10 seconds, haste your friends 1 second. When you buy this, get 3 nanobots. Well, how dare you? I have to know what I do with that.
I like the exercise.
Okay, so nanobots every 6 seconds deal 15 damage for each small friend you have. Yeah, I don't want them. I just want this guy. This guy's the guy. I'm gonna get rid of the shielding. Admittedly, I think that this is probably a bad idea. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea right now. Maybe not in the nearby future, though. Let's wait until the nearby future. Get 3 loot items. Ooh. 2 poison, single experience, 2 regeneration. That looks good. Lich. Boy, that's a real test. I think I can do it. Lich is a lot of damage. How dare you? How dare you freeze my stuff? And slow it. Extremely rude. Dang it. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. We got him to half HP. You know what? I should have taken the shield off the field. I should have just noticed. I should have known, rather, that that wasn't going to contribute enough. Another 150 max HP, please. Let's head down to the docks. Going for another tool and finding the weak point detector. Every 6 seconds, your weapons gain 6 damage for the fight. And when you slow, you charge this for 2 seconds. Well, that one's not staying, but I also don't need to sell it yet. It's another dually. DJ Robobot takes 10 seconds. I'm gambling here. And what I'm gambling on is that this enemy doesn't care about my shield. They're gonna try and poison me. They've got a monitor lizard. And I need to just be faster. Don't you dare. Don't you dare have like a bunch of weapons instead. Oh, that looks poison. There's a monitor lizard. Okay, this is mostly poison, but they also have a pulse rifle next to a shadowed cloak, so, you know. Hell yeah! I had enough poison on them that we died on the same tick, which means I will win that fight. In my own track record history, I'll have that as a win. The docks. For sure. Give me another tool, please. Remote control. Every 10 seconds, use the core. Hey. Am I just gonna pop my way into an eating contest again? Chomp, 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 chomp. Thank you. Leave. I will say, unless I had visited both of those eating contests recently and bought exactly as much HP as I did, I would have lost that fight. It was very important. I think, yeah, in the world where I still had the shield, it was much more approachable not to do this, but I don't have the shield. Chilliam Charles. I don't think there's any items that Charles has that I want. Bonk. Bonk is pretty incredible from the Thug. Sergeant Suds? Probably not. Yeah, definitely not Sergeant Suds. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Thug. The Thug actually has two things that I would like to see as an item, as a reward from fighting them. Do I have enough haste payoff to really care about DJ Robot in the way that I do? Every 10 seconds. It hastes itself. That's nice. The two hits here, in my opinion, are Bonk. Enemy cooldowns are increased by 1 second. That just gives us so much more time. And then also the Thieves Guild Medallion. When you sell this, gain access to the Thieves Guild. Great battle. One for the history books. Bonk! Thank you! Oh, that's so huge! Oh, that buys us so much time. 3 loot items. Admittedly, I do like loot items. There's some really good hits in there, but also, like, if I got 2 extract out of it, I would be out of my mind. So why not just... excuse me, gold extracts? I was never going to get +6 poison for it. But I did anyway. Finn's Big Bite. Eat at Finn's to get max health. Admittedly, I've gotten a lot of max health so far, so getting 5% max health, that's 100 HP and 5 regeneration for free. Cobweb sells slow items. There's also middle. Oh, I have to go to middle. I want Monitor Lizard, I want DJ Robot, I want Race Carl. If I saw Brick Buddy, it would be in the store. I would sell you. I'm still not getting it. Mech Moles. When this gains haste, your weapons gain 2 damage for the fight, and your shield items gain 2 shield for the fight. Also the Armadillo, when you shield, charge this, and Rocket Launcher. Every 6 seconds deal 20 damage, burn 4, with a multicast of 3. While your enemy has burn, this has double damage. Neat. Oh, it's Clarence! When you use a friend, this gains 20 damage for the fight. So this is definitely a payoff. This is definitely a payoff for a build. The only problem is, Monitor Lizard is already a much better payoff than that. Tesla coils here as well as the weak point detector. I'm going to be turning all of those down. Thank you for showing me, though. Clarence, by the way, sorry, said when you use another friend, increase the damage this does. So it's kind of like back in the day using pufferfish and then deciding, oh, I'm going to take the pufferfish off field for this shark ray. Because the shark ray, when you haste, gains damage. But I don't need that many payoffs for this build. Realistically, this is enough poison. What I need is the rest of the build to keep me alive and to efficiently trigger haste. Again, I'm gonna gamble this guy's a monitor build. Oh, it's not, it's a ray build! Okay. I definitely would like to have my brick buddy on the field now. But will it make a difference? Yeah, brick buddy or no, that one was ours. Admittedly, the 1 second of additional cooldown is absolutely dragging my ass across the field here. In a good way. That sounded bad. Across the line, rather. It's dragging me across the line. Quixel sells small and medium items. I'd love to see an upgrade.
Master merchant or something.
Crypto! I can invest in this. At the start of each hour, set this item's value between 0 and 10. Also, Chem Snail and Copper Red. I'll take crypto and roll.
Now tell me something. Something huge.
Duct tape, one of my favorite items of dualies. I've never used it as dually though. Every 6 seconds, slow an item for a second. When you use an adjacent item, shield for 5. There's also the Isocoric Freezer. Every 7 seconds, freeze an item for 2 seconds. And Armadillo's back. None of those for me, thank you. It's going to be really difficult to justify putting a large item in this build. Really difficult to justify that. Because it's probably not going to be a friend. There are going to be large friends, but they're not going to be that many of them. But also, it would take up 3 spaces. So, it gets haste from Companion Core only if it's a friend, from DJ Robot only if it's a friend. Otherwise, it's denying me 3 spaces worth of possible haste. Which is probably 2 haste triggers at the moment. Per Companion Core and DJ Robot. It's... no. 3 spare change. Yeah, I could. Fortis selling shield skills. I'm gonna go Fortis now. I would really love to see something like when you drop below 50% HP. Yeah, that's not what I was looking for. When you shield, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. Sharp corners. There's also rear shielding. Your rightmost item has plus 30 shield. Your medium shield items have plus 36 shield in standardized defenses. And frontal shielding. Your leftmost shield item has plus 15 shield. So none of those are going to work out for us. I'm going to take sharp corners because there is a possibility that I end up including something in this build like when you haste, shield, which would be incredible.
If you wield it well enough, a shield can be its own kind of weapon.
Dottore Vortex. Their skill would probably be the best thing there. Neophiliac. The first time you freeze, burn, slow, or poison, or haste each fight, you charge an item by 2 seconds. That would really help us get off the bat. The Infernal Frigate has the ability to burn the enemy at the start of the fight. Cosmic Rock has some cooldown reduction there, but there's a lot of misses. I don't know if that's worth giving up 2 gold in a single experience. I'm going to wait for the crypto to hit 8 or above. Especially because I bought it for 4, so I'd really like to make a tiny profit on it. I do like the weather machine. Every 4 seconds, burn 2, freeze 1 item for 2 seconds, and slow an item for 1 second. I'm not fielding it in this build, but it is there. Tesla coil when you use an adjacent item charges for 2 seconds. Still not really thrilled about that. Oh, your friends have their cooldowns reduced by 3%. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Kronos sells haste items. I do have some money, and crypto is selling for a good amount today. Sold it for 9, tidy profit of 5. Yeah. Kronos.
Sells inferior speed ups, and I'm cuter.
Turbo capacitor. Every 7 seconds, charge adjacent items 1 second, and haste an item for 3 seconds, because it's turbo. There's also mech moles here, benefiting from haste. And then turbo omega ray. When you use the core or another ray, your burn items gain +1 burn for the fight. No. Unfortunately, none of these are payoffs for the haste build that are better, or things that are better at triggering haste than anything I have on board at the moment. If I take a friend off board, not only am I taking something off that is useful for triggering the companion cube, I'm also taking off a target for both companion cube and DJ robots haste themselves. So it's a lot of haste triggers I lose. It would have to pay for those and then some in order to justify being put on the field, and it's not doing that.
I understand. Speed can be scary.
Barkun sells medium and large items. There's a regenerative tincture, or I can fight a monster. Again, I do think I'm ahead. I still think I'm ahead. We're up against the Robo Bouncer. I don't really care about any of your items, though. Name of the game here is just poison. Pulse Rafael, that's fine. Realistically, I did that for the experience more than anything else. Get a friend? If it was only as easy as clicking a button. Don't love our other options here, though, so I'll do it. Hey, it's Raceco! When you haste, charge this for 2 seconds, it gave it 20 more damage. Is realistically how we benefited there. Am I only? No, I fought a Vanessa. 2 Vanessas? 1 Vanessa? It does feel like there's a lot of dualies in the poolie right now. Of course, you need a jetpack to be the Sky Hero, but... Do you see how I'm floating here as well, friend? We'll see who the real Sky Hero is. You've still got a Walter Cooler on board, buddy! Who are you? Balloon Bot. Every 5 seconds shields? When you use the weapon to the right of this gains 10 shield for the fight. Okay. Well... Look. Oh, burn containment. When you gain burn, shield 20. Yeah, I didn't burn them that much. Kina sells non-weapon items. Friends? Mysterious Portal takes on a rare chance. Take on a chance of a rare event or merchant. A lot of the rare events or merchants won't really benefit me at the moment. I have a lot of money. I'm gonna go look for some upgrades at Kina. Oh, Walter Cooler, you're now gold tier. When you use an adjacent friend, charge this for a second. I mean, it's nice. And I do really want max HP. It's just so much slower than Bomb Squad, which charges for 2 seconds off of adjacent friend usage. It's just I also don't care what Bomb Squad does. I have so much money at this point that I think I can justify making that swap. Balloon Bot and the GPU hastes the call for 2 seconds. Not necessary, thank you. Roll. We're back to seeing Chem Snail. When he slow charges for 3 seconds? No, it was 3 seconds before. I remember 2 triggers triggered this. Cryosphere, freeze all items other than the core for 2 seconds, and then Cooling Fan. Every 5 seconds, give the core plus 5% crit chance for the fight, while you also have burn. Reduce this item's cooldown by 50%. No, thank you, don't need those. Kev's Armory sells health, toughness, and shield items. Candy Stash. 3 gold tier chocolate bars. So that's 90 HP and I don't have to pay for it versus 150 and I have to pay 10. I'm going to get rid of these nanobots. That was never going back on field. Enclave Revenant. What do you have again? I'm almost certain the answer here is never... Oh boy. Enclave Revenant is actually sick for us. I just wanted to make sure the answer was never that I wanted to slot Brick Buddy back on. Enclave Revenant is a poison build. There's no reason to get Brick Buddy back on the field here. Wait, this... Walter Cooler probably wants to be adjacent to Race Carl now. Yeah, Race Carl is definitely triggering the most common on this field. Second most common seems to be the Companion Cube. Okay, I got some reordering to do in a sec. But I'm pretty happy about the results of that fight. Can I get Exposing Toxins? No, I can get the Thurable though. When you gain regeneration, burn 3. Wait a second. I gotta check something out. There's an item called Solar Farm. Ah, okay. Solar Farm is a dually item. It is a property. It is a large item. It's got cooldown of 6 seconds. It says, give your other items haste for 1, 2, or 3 seconds. And gain 4, 8, or 12 regeneration this fight. That's the silver, gold, and then diamond tier. Final text. When you burn, charge this for 2 seconds. So when you gain regeneration, burn 3. When you burn, remove a third of the cooldown of Solar Farm, which itself gives you regeneration. And also, it's part of a haste build. I'm going to hold on to the Thurable for the possibility that I end up subbing it in. Upgrade your leftmost item. So Race Carl's just going to get damage. That's probably the least interesting available on the board. DJ Robot. Yep, as I expected, just increases the amount he hastes. Not really that interesting. Same for the Companion Core. The Monitor Lizard will get 1 more poison. I think it's Walter Cooler. I legitimately believe this to be Walter Cooler. Upgrade my leftmost item, and now I'm getting 20 max HP when it activates. Auto-Celled shield skills, but I'll be going to Tinker. Cybersecurity and Angry Balloon Bot. Every 3 seconds deal 10 damage. When you lose shield, this gains damage equal to 20% of the shield loss. And Armadillo. No. There's not a world where we take Angry Balloon Bot and Armadillo and put the Brick Buddy back on field. Because even though that might be reasonable against some builds, it loses immediately to poison. When you lose shield, poison doesn't lose you shield. This gains damage, so it's not going to gain damage, equal to 20% of the shield loss. Yeah, that's not happening. Middle sells medium items, or Midsworth sells everything but. I think I have to go to middle here, just because Race Carl, DJ Robot, and the Monitor Lizard are all really good hits.
What can I get you?
Can I not see Cybersecurity and Armadillo in every available shop, please? Welding helmets here. I like that. Not in this build, but I do like the item. You. Weak point detector is back, security camera as well, and Ice 9000. Good shot.
Every item finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
Lee Combini. I've got to tell you, I haven't gotten back from Japan recently. I have a very positive opinion of this person.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Well, that was really good for them. The cutlass was consistently healing them up for enough to overwhelm my poison. Give me 11 regen. I think I'm getting enough max HP from Walter. Shield item, quick soul, small and medium. Small and medium can have a couple hits here as well, please. Thank you, please. Please, please, please. Nitro, every 4 seconds, burn both players for 6 and charge an item for 2 seconds. There's also charcoal, who we saw earlier, as well as the Tesla coil. No thank you for those. Chem snails back. Plasma grenade, every 8 seconds, slow enemy items for 4 seconds. Admittedly, a plasma grenade slowing enemy items for 4 seconds, all enemy items that is, for 4 seconds, and then the chem snail just suddenly going off a couple times, that'd be really cool. But the plasma grenade has only 1 ammo, so what do you do afterwards? And pulse rifle.
That's fine, don't care.
Void Colossus, it's too easy to take my build apart literally just by killing the wrong thing. So I don't think that one's for me. Trash Titan and Master Alchemist. Master Alchemist, do you have anything I'm, like, absolutely going to lose my mind about? You do not. So I imagine we're going Trash Titan. Trash Titan, do you have anything I'd lose my mind about? Not really. Oh well. Probably the best thing this has is Juggler, the skill. Catalyst, when you use the item to the left of this, haste the item to the right for 2 seconds. Juggler, when you use a small item, charge a large item for a second. I could see a theoretical world where that justifies putting Solar Farm back on field. And by back on field, I mean buying one. When you use the item to the left of this, gain 1 regeneration for the fight. Okay. I'll hold on to it. Venomander. When you use the item to the left of this, gain 1 regeneration for the fight. Thurible. When you gain regeneration, burn 3. And then Solar Farm. When you burn, charge this item 2 seconds. That's not that far from starting some... I wouldn't call it a full infinite. But a couple more things. It could be. Titan Protocol for 300 max HP, or 5% cooldown off of the core. Yeah, I'll go for 300 max HP, please. Sparring partner. Ugh, the problem is you come back every time. Just brand new and shiny. I mean, yeah, I would get a lot of, you know, Walter Cooler triggers out of it, and by a lot, I mean like 5, maybe. I'm going Keener for the non-weapon items. Please. There's Brick Buddy upgrade, but realistically, no. That doesn't go back on field at this point. Yeah, scrap metal. When you sell this, upgrade the core. Okay.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Goldie sells gold tier items. Kev's Armory sells health, toughness, and shield related items. Let's go to Goldie. Possibility of just hitting the monitor lizard would be wild. Miss I... Oh. You're a weapon and a friend? Miss Isles. Every 3 seconds, deal 20 damage with a multi-cost of 2. When you use the core, reload this. That's pretty good. I don't think I want it, though. Thrusters. Every 6 seconds, burn both players for 4, and also adjacent items have their cooldowns reduced by 12%, that is. Gainola bar, every 4 seconds, shield for 80. When you sell the tool, this gains +1 max ammo. I'm going to take the roll here. Solver! No, dang it. Bunker. When you take damage from an item, shield equal to 40% of the damage taken. And then that shield would give us more damage from sharp corners. Charging station's also here. When you use the item to the left of this, charge the item to the right for 1 second. And when you use the core, give it plus 20 damage for the fight. Balloon bot, no thank you. Oh my god, I never ended up reordering those. What a crying shame. At this point, I suspect I'm only really still in the game here. Courtesy of Bonk. I need to get to more skills reasonably. Like, this is not enough. Oh, they've got a crane build going on? And they have adjacent large and medium items? That crane's gonna get pretty big. And I don't have any shields. Oh god, it's scaling wildly. Yeah, I don't survive its next hit. But, do they get to its next hit? No, they do not. I'll take my 7, thank you. Oh boy. Things are getting tough. You got a shield item. Middle, you sell medium items. Please. Thank
I
you.
want what's right for you.
Mono Lizard gets 2 additional poison. Oh, didn't think it would. And 1 additional haste. That sounds good to me. Dianosaur. Every 8 seconds, deal 80 damage. If your enemy has at least 5 items, destroy a small item for the fight. When you destroy an item during combat, your dinosaurs permanently gain 15 damage. Cool. And Power Drill, which we've seen before, roll time. Armadillo in its diamond format here. When you shield charge this for 2 seconds, 6 seconds to deal 160 damage. It's good damage. Hacksaw, the first time you use this each fight, destroy a small enemy item for the fight. I see the support for that Dianosaur build. And Brick Buddy's back, but no thank you. Midsworth sells small and large items. Ugh. Slow-mo Lumbra sells slow skills. I really need skills. I can't just go here and hope that I find the solar farm, because even then, I still need more for the solar farm to be good. I'm gonna go to slow-mo Lumbra. When you slow, your weapons gain... this is the kind of thing I was looking for. Righty-tighty. When you use your rightmost item, slow an item for 1 second.
A journey of eons to reach me.
Now First Aiden is appropriately triggering some slow. I actually don't think the Veteran Octopus can beat me in time. Oh right, the Cutlass do 2 hits now. I stand by it. You're on a timer, buddy. Absolutely not. You do not scale fast enough for me, friend. Oh. What? Do I feel that? It's a friend that activates 8 times. That's a friendly octopus. That is a very friendly octopus. Next to Walter Cooler. When you haste, charge this for 2 seconds. If I put octopus on the far left, it hastes 8 times. which is 8 triggers of the Monitor Lizard. It's 8 triggers of Race Carl, which is actually 2 activations of Race Carl, which itself is 2 more charges for the Companion Core, while 8 charges for the Companion Core are coming in from the Octopus. Yeah, I think Octopus was the right choice. Have your friends reduce their cooldown by 3%. Yes, thank you. Artisan Dune. Oh. So I could get 2 poison on the Monitor Lizard. I could get 10 damage on the Octopus. Admittedly, the damage that the Octopus does, irrelevant. Not part of this build. Outside of the purview of this build. I need a way to make it much faster, though. I legitimately believe that because the Octopus, when it activates, gives us at least 1 full charge of Companion Core, it's the same as DJ Robot, and then better. It also activates faster. So, goodbye DJ Robot. Also, being our leftmost item and hasting 8 times, it's definitely better. Definitely better. Kun sells medium and large. Race Carl upgrade for some damage? I could see that. You know what? I'm getting my 2 poison. Who am I to turn my nose up at 2 poison like it's not good? Like it's not actually incredible. Non-weapon items at Kina, nothing that I really want to upgrade as a non-weapon right now. I'll take 13 more regeneration though, getting us up to a total of 40. Companion Core is going to be used more commonly than First Aiden. So I'm going to pop that over on the rightmost so that I got lefty-loosey and righty-tighty. So that I can activate slow more commonly. Alright, Joshel. What's your build? I've seen a lot of rays, actually. When you poison, gain regeneration. And first time you haste, freeze. Yep, that's a ray build. Get him, Octopus! Unfortunately, the enemy is slowing my stuff, so the Octopus is still taking 8 seconds to complete. But I got 700 poison on the enemy, which is a lot. Yeah, it turned out it was a lot. We've got perma haste on the board, so that's nice. Can Nufu please turn up? Like, I've been very patient, buddy. I have so much money that I will definitely just buy another 150 max HP and be pretty happy about it. But like, seriously, Nufu, what's up, man? JJ sells items. Copper Ed, Thermal Lace. When this is hasted, it gains 4 burn for the fight. Every 7 seconds, it fires for 4 burn. Balloon Bot that we saw earlier, no thank you on those. Upgrade the core by selling scrap metal. I'm glad that that's available here, because otherwise, no hits. Metronome, when you use an adjacent item, give the other adjacent item haste for 2 seconds. That's a lot of haste triggers. Is it time to get rid of Walter? Like, I want as much max HP as I possibly can. The more max HP I have, the longer the fight goes, and I just need to really get to that part of the fight. Metronome. I'm gonna buy Metronome and just keep it. And I'll buy and sell the scrap metal. Gold tier companion. When this gains haste, this and the weapon to the left gain plus 10 damage to the fight. No, I need things like First Aiden that happen early enough in the fight to start triggering like Companion Core and stuff like that faster. Core's cooldown's 5% lower. 1 experience, 2 cinders. Alright, Core's cooldown is lower, thank you. Another octopus. I'll show you how to use this. The trick is holding it by the bulbous head. Unfortunately, unlike C4, it does not come printed with which side towards the enemy. These are just things you have to know from having wielded an octopus before. Oh, I looked down for a second. Bye-bye. Tiny cutlass. Goodbye. Small friend. Pole sells large items. You know what? Show it to me.
Sentient slub shops. So I opened one.
Oh. Your friends have +1 multicast. Robotic Factory. If I didn't have the octopus, that would be so much more appealing. Because realistically, it's not the casts of my characters that are really doing the work here. It's haste. Because haste then gives me the haste triggers that give me the poison on my enemy that ultimately takes them down. So what I want to do is get to that happening faster. Because eventually, everything starts triggering everything. Robotics Factory, though. Your friends have +1 multicast. Octopus doesn't care. Irrelevant to the octopus. Water Cooler probably has to get taken off board for this. Race Carl? Monitor Lizard doesn't care? Like, realistically, Race Carl, Monitor Lizard, and First Aid and getting multicast is only good in that it triggers the Companion Core twice as fast. But eventually the Companion Core is pretty much triggering as fast as it can. The Companion Core itself is a friend and would get multicast. I'll tell you, it feels wrong not to take. I'll happily tell you that. It feels like I need to keep Race Carl and Octopus on the field. Those are the primary activators. As soon as those start going off, it basically doesn't stop. Monitor Lizard's the payoff. Companion Core, you see where I'm going with this, has to be on board. First Aid and Water Cooler, both negotiable. That's 2 slots. If I take Race Carl off the board, suddenly Robotics Factory isn't worth a damn to me. But if I don't take it off the board, I have to take Monitor or Companion Cube. I'm so sorry, Robotic Factory, but I do not actually think you improve this run. I think you make it worse. What an utter tragedy. Oh, Forger!
And so will I.
I mean, yeah, I always want to upgrade an item, but...
Work is never done. It can always be better.
I'll upgrade the Companion Core because it's the only item I am certain is staying on the field and is relevant. The additional damage on Race Carl isn't going to change anything. It's only the damage from Monitor Lizard that really matters here. Race Carl is just an activator. Companion Core would trigger its haste twice if I had the robotics factory on the field, but it would also deny me at least 2 characters on field, which means that it would go from 5 haste triggers to 6. I legitimately believe robotics factory was a bad choice. If someone thinks it was a very good choice, I would really love you to tell me in like explicit detail why it would have been better. Because robotics factory is good. I agree. I just don't think in this build it's better than what I've currently got going on. And I tried to work through the reasoning for that. So provide me with a similar amount of reasoning if you would like to make that argument. I would be very, very, very grateful. I am still learning this game. Zaum. Not a shame what happened to that studio, but let's see what happens to that build.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Oh boy. That's a lot of items. Hey, don't freeze my octopus! Don't freeze my octopus! Slowing all of my stuff and freezing my octopus, how dare you?
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Okay, never mind, it worked out. Hell of a welcome back from the game right now. 3 loot items, I believe, is what I'm looking for here. The damage is not relevant. Again, the damage is the monitor lizard. What I'm really looking down... Oh, is cooldown reduction, finally? Nufu sells skills, you know. 3 regen, love it. Also, when you sell this, reduce your items cooldowns by 6%. That's great. Let's hit up Nufu for some skills. Okay. Lefty Lucy. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for now 2 seconds. Honestly, not really that relevant. We mainly have perma haste on our board. The companion core, no, it does not. Frozen shot. When you use your slowest weapon, boom! That's the octopus. Freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. So I get to freeze all of their small items every time my octopus goes off? There's also critical captain. First time you use a large item each fight, give your items plus 12% crit chance. And conflagration. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 2 burn for the fight. I'm going for the octopus. That's the octopus frozen shot. Kev's armory, health, toughness, and shield items. Honestly, give me max HP. I'm so scared of the Void Golem. That's the, Void Golem. It immediately destroys an item on both players' boards, and then it starts destroying small items after that. The only problem is, you don't have to destroy many of my items before I'm losing. They also have those caltrops, which will cause me to murk myself with the octopus. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm going Trash Titan. Boss Harrow. Do you have anything I care about? The answer is no. Alright, Trash Titan. I actually thought it was a good film. Oh, give me another Venomander. Let me upgrade my Venomander. Water Cooler's given us some health. Junkyard Lance. Every 10 seconds, deal 100 damage for each small item you have, including your stash. Goodbye. Relax. Start your next fight with 100 shield per level. Admittedly, this is my final fight, if I win it. Yeah. Midsworth sells small and large items. Treasure chest. Fortis sells shield skills. Let's go to Fortis, see if I can get some free shield from something.
So defensive, Fortis, but I'm a shield master.
First time you fall below half health each fight, shield equal to double the total burn of your items, so 0. That sounds good to me. Rightmost shielding item has plus 30 shield. Electrified hull, the first 5 times you shield each fight, charge an item 2 seconds. Or specialist, if you have exactly 1 weapon, your shield items give 24 additional shield. I'm going to take the electrified hull because if I get the ability to upgrade something to give shield, that is to say, like, if I lose this fight, I go get an enchantment, the enchantment gives me shielding, or I find an enchantment in the meantime and get shielding from that. Or I find an item that replaces first aid or something like that that gives me shielding. This is what I want. I want things to happen more suddenly. I want to get on the board.
Or are they hitting themselves with you?
Speaking of wanting things to happen more suddenly, let's get 6% cooldown on all of my items. My slowest weapon is the octopus, and it will freeze your stuff, John Solo.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Call me Kylo Ren the way I'm going to put you down. Okay, they have no usable items that are smaller than my octopus, so I freeze your incendiary rounds. But I suspect that's not going to be that relevant.
All cannon.
Oh.
No ball.
Well, they managed to get past me by shooting me in the face. Good strategy.
Do for you right now.
I still don't see there being a good reason to go anything except for the Fates Crossroads here. Enchant an item with crit effects. Companion Core, your friends have plus 10% crit chance for the fight. Which I imagine happens on activation? That sounds like it could be good. Walter Cooler, can't get crit chance. Octopus, 50% crit chance, not relevant. Ray Skull, I imagine all of these, yeah, 50% crit chance. Monitor Lizard, can't get it. First Aiden, 50% crit chance. Let's also see what the metronome would do. When you use an adjacent item, the other adjacent item gets 25% crit chance. Walter does need to get off this field pretty soon. And that would cause the octopus and Ray Skull to give each other, like, infinite crit pretty quickly. But also the companion core would do that to all of my friends. And I know it'll stay on board. Whereas I don't know that metronome would even stand up after a while. When you use an item, give the other adjacent item haste. So they're both giving one another haste and crit chance. The only thing is them critting doesn't matter at all to me. So why would I prioritize it like that? Let's give the companion core this one. Wait, it's active text, not passive text, right? What? Okay, never mind. This is passive text, so we only get 10% crit chance. That's whatever. Burning Caldera, sorry. Enchant an item with burn effects. Cool. Cool. There's also Celestial Conduit. Enchant an item with cannot be slowed, frozen, or destroyed. Cool. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to click Guardian's Gorge because it gives me the shielding thing, which I mentioned earlier, Electrified Hull, and I suspect that I'm putting that on the metronome. Metronome, when you use an adjacent item, shield 10. Yeah, I think we're far beyond just Walter coming back on field. JJ sells items. I mean, I'd love to upgrade the Shielded Metronome. Armory and 150 max HP. Honestly, I have a lot of shops. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna go to JJ's and see if I see anything cool. Well, I mean, that looks cool. Mama Saw. Large friend weapon. Deal 200 damage every 8 seconds. If your enemy has at least 5 items, destroy a small or medium item for the fight. Cool. If you destroy an item during combat, your dinosaurs permanently gain 25 damage. I cannot wait to run a dinosaur build. That's gonna be sick. GPU every 4 seconds, haste the core for 3 seconds, and an Uzi every 2 seconds, deal 4 damage. Claw, Arm, Armadillo, and the Combat Core. Combat Core I didn't mention last time when I saw it. Every 4 seconds, deal 20 damage, and shield 20. Oh, this counts as a core as well. Cool. When you use any item to the left of this gains 10 damage for the fight. When you use any item to the right of this, it gains 10 shield for the fight. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not cut out for business.
Handy sells small items. Possible shield. Oh, I don't think it can offer me the bronze first aid anymore, so I don't think I'm getting first aid upgrades. Shield metronome. Honestly, that'll just increase the amount of haste that it gives, which is not really relevant. I'm going to take the 400 max HP, thank you. Void Golem. Again, please don't destroy my stuff. I would... I suspect I could just put Walter Cooler back on the field for this fight and just be pretty chill about that. Get some more max HP because the enemy is not going to win. Oh, never mind. Everything has a 100% crit chance. So I guess the Deadly Companion Core is... What? What? Trash Titan wasn't doing that. Okay, yeah, the Deadly Companion Core is not giving a passive 10% crit chance for the fight, despite the fact that it's under the activation. Okay. Yeah, that should be above the bar. That should be next to the cooldown if it's affected by the cooldown rather than... I guess it... Anyway, Catalyst. Lose the item left of this, haste the item to the right of this 2 seconds. Catalyst is so unimpressive when you have a metronome that does both. This one only goes one way. The metronome goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Curio sells bronze tier junked items. Upgrading the amount of shielding given by the shielded metronome would be nice. The amount of poison given out by the monitor lizard as well. I'm gonna hit the mysterious portal because I think both of those are relatively low. Form. Improve your weapons? Improve it how? Enchant your leftmost weapon with lifesteal. That'd be a good reason to start getting damage for this weapon. Alright. Do it.
Consider cerebral augmentation.
Dooley's Workshop. Some of the Bazaar's most remarkable technology is being collected here. I've never seen it before, so I'd like to see it now. Upgrade your leftmost friend. You can't do that. Upgrade the core and gain 10% max health. That's 880 HP. Choose a free friend. How many friends do you give me as an option for that? Upgrade your leftmost friend. You can't upgrade the Obsidian Octopus. This has lifesteal. Full stop. Lifesteal. Honestly, the 10% max HP is probably going to be the most impactful here for the next fight. It's not like I could upgrade the core anyway. Okie dokie. This shielded metronome causing the electrified hull to start going off is really gonna do work. Oh Good God. They have infinite skills. I'm terrified. Yeah, they froze all my stuff. Is this a perma-freeze situation? No, but... They gate-kept me. They gate-kept me from 10 wins. I was really happy I got to use the Obsidian Octopus. A legitimate octopus friend build. I really should have pulled some of these up while I was doing the run. They're trying to sit behind my items now. No. No, come up on top of them. I'm gonna have to edit that out. No. I'm pretty happy with that run. I would have taken more skills if they appeared. They just didn't happen to appear. In the next run, we'll get more skills to appear. Somehow. Ooh, 2 chests. Nothing wrong with that. Increase the rank a little bit. We're getting towards silver. Next episode, I'm going to play more Dually. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been the Bazaar. I did not forget the name, despite what it looks like. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. A special thanks this episode to Kimaru. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.